justice, we'll fight for peace. No more discrimination, let love increase. We'll protect the planet, heal the earth. A generational turnaround will show our worth.
Hey y'all, my name is Judy Ambrose James, and I am your host. And my show is the Generational Turnaround Podcast. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, I'm not new. As a matter of fact, you might remember me from Activate Your Faith, because that's what I say. That's what I've told everyone. Ever since God, He saved me from a massive stroke, and I was working as a dispatcher in the Paris Christian Police Department, Paris Christian, Mississippi. And went to work that night. I got home, started seeing little spots. Said, I think I better get myself together, because it feels like I'm going to have a bumpy ride, because them spots was getting bigger and more was taking my vision. I couldn't see where I was going. I was reaching for the door because it looked like there was two doors and I didn't know which one. And I did pick the right one, but I fell straight down on the floor. And it felt like that was going to be it, y'all. But you know, God is so intentional. And I know I use that word a lot, but He is. Because beforehand, He set me up with a job that I've never had a desire to be a police dispatcher. But that's what I was. And everybody knew me. Everybody in town knew me because I worked in all the city departments. And here I am at the police department when I had a massive stroke. Well, first thing, I had to get the attention of my daughter, because she was in the room sleeping, her and the baby, and here I am down on the floor having a massive stroke and couldn't move. And God gave me enough to somehow, I made a sound. I hit her door and she said, "Mama, you're going to wake up the baby." And I'm thinking to myself, because I can only move my eyes, if she don't get up, she won't be able to wake me up. And I was able to make a sound the second time. And she came out of the door and she was getting ready to say, and went down on the floor. And so that changed her tone. And she the one woke up the baby, that she was, I don't know. I knew I could see her. And she was asking me, "Mama, what's wrong?" And I don't know if I said down 911 or if she just, I don't know what kind of conversation, but I can remember the guys coming from the police department, the fire department, and they said, Judy, Judy, don't you go to sleep, Judy. And they was calling my name. And I can remember saying, I'm having a stroke. I knew that because my face on the right side was drooping. It felt like it was going all the way to the, well, I was already on the floor, but it felt like it was going even. You know that movie, The Wizard of Oz, the original? And I felt like the Wicked Witch. And you know, when Dorothy threw that water on her and she started melting, that's the way my face was feeling. They got me to the hospital. They knew I was having a stroke. And they let my family know that. And they didn't know how long it had been. If they could give me that injection that would reverse it. If it had been too long, they couldn't do it because it could kill me. And they were really scared. My daughter, I imagine, maybe even I did before I went out, told them how long I thought. And they went by that. And so when they gave me the injection, it didn't go all the way through. And that's why I have the paralysis. But God, He favored me that night. My life has never been the same. It was a long road. It's been a long road. But you know what? When you're under the favor of God and He chooses you to continue for the kingdom, He reveals your purpose. Don't slack up. Forge ahead. Because if you forge ahead, He's going to come to you and He's going to show you. For me, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't need alarm clock. I know when 3 o'clock comes. And I get up and I meet Him in the bathroom. I look at the big picture mirror that we have in there. And no matter where I am, there's a big mirror in the bathroom wherever I live. And He downloads information to me. Like some of it is for me, and some of it is for me to deliver to certain people. I don't know who they are. Sometimes I do, but the majority of the time I don't. But since I joined Clubhouse, no, let me take that back. Because even when I was in Facebook, there were people that I encountered along the way who were waiting for that word. And when I got to Clubhouse, even more so, when I started having rooms, and it was called Activate Your Faith. That was the name of my room. And so between the stroke, I had the 2 craniotomies. And then I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, a crippling disease. And what I went through with that is a whole another ball game. But I jumped and let you know that by the time I got to Texas, which has been with some years in between, I met a rheumatologist who confirmed that I no longer had rheumatoid arthritis. And I know they say it's no cure, but they don't know. The doctor who's never lost a patient, but I knew him personally. So that's that. So I ended over there in Clubhouse and I started making friends and I started a TV show. Okay, Activate Your Faith TV show. And I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Okay? Everything and told y'all just about everything that happened to me in that time period. But God put me in position to have a TV show. He put me that would reach 300 million people. And me, little me, from Pass Christian, Mississippi, was now a host of a TV show. Name of the network was Believe in Your Dreams. I was co-author in an anthology called Make It Happen. So I've got Activate Your Faith, all right? Make It Happen, all right? And Believe in Your Dreams. Now, here I am, now, in front of you. I fulfilled that Activate Your Faith mandate. And because I did it with consistently, did not give up, God gave me a second mandate. Generational turnaround. But listen here, God never makes it easy. At least it has not been my experience that it's been easy. God gave me that, and then He sends me over to TikTok, and He says, "Go over there." I went there. I didn't want to. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I was scared to death. These young people over there, I've seen some of the shows over there, the lives, and I don't want to have no part of it. But obedience, that's my middle name, first name, last name. Because I owe God all that I am. And so I went on over there, and almost the first person I met, I went through an initiation for real. I didn't know what to call it before, but it was like initiation. And I guess I was on his live because he was able to record me some kind of way. But I was talking to him But I don't know. But what happened was he recorded my reaction, and I was reacting to, I thought we were talking about God and we were in sync and we both felt the same way. And he said, you know, this world owes God a debt of gratitude. Well, you know that was gonna get me. That got me so excited. I was like, yes, yes, yes. And he recorded me saying yes, yes. And I couldn't quite hear him, but after I heard the first few words, I just knew the rest of the words were just as good, just as potent, just as important. But they end up being part of a rap video. A young lady, I forgot her name, but yeah, it wasn't anything from the Bible. It wasn't a scripture. And so he went, it went viral. Everybody was deciding to be me. Even the men had on wigs, and the young ladies did their part. Reached, I think it was 4 million viewers. But not to worry. What happened was there was almost 4,000 people who joined me, followed me, who did not agree with the that they did to me. But what the devil meant for my harm, okay, God made for my good. Yes. And I'm not calling the young man the devil. I'm talking about the trickster, real talk. I'm talking about who he tries everything to knock down God disciples, spiritual warriors. Yeah, that's what he does. So let me get to this. Now I'm in the young people who join me. They come to see me at the lives. I start having lives at TikTok, and I pray with them and I talk to them, and they call me auntie. And yeah, they tell me what it is that's stressing them, anxiety, depression. And I start to realize that uh, that there is a war going on within the young people, and they are aware of it, but they don't know how to fight the battle. A lot of, especially the young men, say that they're not going to live to be old anyway. So they're going to get theirs by whatever means is necessary. That is frightening, that they have already determined that they're going to have a short life. So they're going to take chances to get whatever they consider theirs. And there is going to be people waiting for them to slip up. Police, prosecutors, judges, they're all in place, waiting for the slip up, the wrong move. And you got, once that happened, you got mothers and fathers crying, sisters and brothers longing for their sibling. See, it's not just about you. There's a lot of people that come with you, that love you. And there's a trickster that's out there. And he's got people working for him. People that's going to set you up. People that's going to lie on you. People who's going to do whatever it takes to bring you down. Guilty or not guilty, you're going to be guilty. It's time to think about longevity. Think about living. Because God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Come on. The only one who was worthy of dying for us to live. And now you are going to give life away and make what Jesus did void? I think not. And you should think not. I'm here on the Generational Turnaround podcast. I'm 67 years old, but I got a lot more living to do. And I'm depending on you millennials and you Generation Z to step forward with your technology. And I'm believing that what you all are capable of doing will long life for everyone. God is the only one who can judge and who can say when time is up. So I'm looking at being 100 because you know why? I'm going to take care of myself. Whatever you young people come up with that's going to benefit us, mind, body, and spirit, well, we're expecting you to do it, and don't fall for the okie doke. Yeah, that's the trickster is trying to stop y'all in midstream. I have 4 granddaughters, beautiful granddaughters from 16 to 23. They all work. Even the little one, the 16-year-old, she can do some hair. Okay, that's another subject. But listen here, there are so many opportunities that God, he knows what everybody can do. And he's making sure that there's enough. There's more than enough. There's an abundance happening right now. And if you don't fall for that the lies that's being told, if you don't put yourself in position where you can be picked up, stopped, taken to prison for 10, 20 years. And let me tell you, that's 2 to 10%. Let me read y'all something right quick. Let me just that you may not even know. Between 2 and 10% of convicted individuals in the U.S. prison are innocent. They probably was in the wrong place at the wrong time, not necessarily doing what they were accused of doing, but they were there and probably shouldn't have been there. But that's another subject. That's 2,666 people have been exonerated in the U.S. since 1989. But how long did they serve in prison? How long was the sentence put on them before they were exonerated? Proven innocent people. Now, wait a minute. Let me set up. Proven innocent people have served more than 23,950 years in prison. And it says, so far. It's still happening. And you may be one of the next ones. And unless you think smart, there's a time to say something, and there's a time to be quiet. It's a time to, hey, do what you gotta do so I can go home. It's a time to be. You know what your mama and your daddy told you what to do when you stop by the police. You know what they told you to do when you go in the store and somebody behind the counter is trying to instigate you? Leave. There's a lot of things that parents teach, and you're not listening. As a matter of fact, you're like, oh, God. But it's still in the back of your mind. Use it when the opportunity comes. Use it. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I've had to do. I was young. I was young before. In my heart, I'm still young because I love you young people. I'm so amazed at what you all can do, especially with technology. Y'all make my life easier, not just mine. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yeah. But there's some people out there that wants to stop you, that wants to put you in prison, use you, the labor, free labor. And too many of you are falling for it. There's so many young Black men who have left children out here in this this crazy world without protection of the Father, left alone with just the mother who's trying to do both, and feeling lost, mad, because she shouldn't be doing it alone. The government paid more than $2.9 billion in compensation for wrongful arresting and giving time to people who did not do the crime. But it doesn't matter if you're in there and you can't prove where you were. It's time. People's got to, hey, you got to be on the buddy plan. See, when I grew up, the village, everybody knew everybody. And you could, an adult can tell a child, you need to go home. And the child would say, yes, ma'am. Because they knew when they got home, mama was already going to know the daddy was going to be pissed off. And the retaliation, yeah. But that was love and fear. Fear that a police officer could stop that young man, that young boy. I know they said that our generation was scared. Our generation was smart. We get to live another day. Figure out how. Now I know. I took this the podcast today to another level. And then when I bring guests in here, they're going to be the right kind of guests. They're going to be the guests that either have been to prison and they're going to tell you what the real is, how it is, what they did, what they should have done. But they're going to talk to you because they've already been there. They already did that, and they don't want you to do the same. Because it's not a ball game once you get behind those bars. Those people that's behind there who are paid to make sure to keep you in line, they're not your friend. And they won't tolerate your smartness, your swagger, what makes you different on the outside. That make you different on the inside. It makes you a target. So my guests, they're going to be here to educate you and to give you some survival skills that because if you are determined to go and get yours by any means necessary, there's some survival skills that you're going to need once that door closes. And then I'm going to bring in some mothers of some that's in prison right now, been in there long term, in the early 20s. And then I'm bringing a wife whose husband was 20 and been in there 25 years, and she still say he's innocent. She's still trying to get him free, but he's been in there 25 years. And can you imagine at the end of that 26 year, he's still in there? Can you imagine what he's thinking, what he's feeling? There's a man just got out that's done, I believe, 30 years, innocent. I don't know his story. I imagine what he was feeling every day away from his family. I don't want to see that happen to you all. I am against the death penalty because there's a number, and I'm not sure of the number, so I'm not going to repeat it, but there are a number of people who's been exonerated on death row. And only by the grace of God that they had not been. I think about it and I get chill. And look, wait a minute. There were people that got exonerated after they got the death penalty and was put to death. And they was cleared, but they were gone. It was too late. No. I don't care if it was 1 or 10. That's too many. That's somebody's life that was taken. And you wasn't 100%. Those who agreed to put them in prison on death row, they weren't 100% sure. So they shouldn't have done it. But here we are. Generational turnaround. It's all about turning around the mindset that says, I'm going to get mine, whatever means necessary. So that's what generation turnaround is about. And until I came on tonight, I wasn't 100% sure, but I am now. It's to turn around that mindset that I'm going to get mine by whatever means necessary. Because there's nothing in this world that's worth your life. And don't tell nobody that you are not going to live to be old. So I'm going out with everything that I want. I'm going to get everything that I want. You're not going to be 18, 19, 20, thinking like that. When you get 30, you're going to change your mindset. Things that were exciting at 19, 20, when you get 30, you're gonna look at life differently. Live, think about all the transitions that's gonna happen to you as you go through each decade. Okay, I'm Judy Ambrose James, auntie to my TikTokers. I'm auntie to you all too. But once you get behind those walls in that prison, it's hell to get you out. So think about it. Be smart. Call somebody. I'm going to bring a whole lot of folks through here. And you come and you make sure you watch Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Make sure you sitting in front of your phone or your laptop or whatever you're watching me on. Because I'm going to bring some real folks in here who when they stop talking, you're going to have your face and your mouth open, because you're going to say, I almost did that. Oh my God, I almost did that. And he got 10 years. He's been gone 10 years for that. All right. You better believe it. And it's even worse now. So, all right. Look, we have the power to create change, to start a generational turnaround that can benefit all. Let's take what we've learned in this age of instant connection and use it to unite and empower. That part. I pray that today was better than yesterday, but it's not going to be as good as tomorrow. I pray that tomorrow will bring forth a double portion of blessings in the form of opportunity that you never saw coming.